Welcome to another episode of Dad Can We Talk? I'm your host, Anthony Ray. And today, I'm back in the studio, man. I'm back over at 6 o'clock studios. Man, I ain't been over here in like 2 months. So it feels good to be back in the stew. Shout out to my man T Whitey for allowing me to use this space, man. And man, y'all listen. I know y'all ain't heard from me in almost a month, period. My last episode with my man Gabriel, it was fire. That was the first one of the year. And y'all just had a lot of stuff going on, man. My birthday was like a week and a half ago. So, I had to take some time out to chill with the wifey, chill with the babies. Me and my wife went to a Bulls and Magic game. That was my first NBA game I've ever been to. And, I just been chilling, man, just really getting my mind right, getting some things prepared. I'm about to get this Men Can We Talk podcast off the ground. So y'all be looking for that first episode at the end of this month with my brother Jason King and my man Darius Ross. So, yeah, man, y'all be looking forward to that. We got that coming for y'all. And I just been getting my guests ready, man. I done been off for like 3 weeks and I've been getting these brothers lined up. So y'all be looking forward. Today is just after today. I got like 4 or 5 weeks straight where I'm going to be dropping these things again. Y'all know how I do it with Dad Can We Talk. So just getting that prepared. Just working things out with the fam, the kids, the wife, getting my mind right, man. I just finished school. So that's been it's been a change, not having anything to do with school and all that. So I'm just adjusting. I have had to take some time to adjust to this new thing that I got going on, man. So we back with episode 73 today, and I got a brother with me today. For those that would see this on video, this is a brother from Atlanta, Georgia, man, from the ATL. You hear me? Yeah. Man, y'all know, man. If anybody know me, y'all know I love the Atlanta music scene. Always love Atlanta music scene, man. So shout out to the ATL for real. And yeah, man. But this brother, he reached out to me on the ground, and I was taking a look at his profile, man, doing some great stuff. He's the founder of the Den, aka the Dad Empowerment Network. And like I say, he's doing some great things where he is. And, it's only right for me. Y'all know I love to hear the stories of fathers everywhere, man. So it was only right that I take the time to allow this man to come on the podcast and bless us with his story. And we're going to talk some fatherhood and some of everything else also, man. So, yeah, y'all welcome to the show, my man, Wes Albritton the third. Let's go. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, glad to be here, bro, man. Once again, man, hey, man, I know you had to slide me in, man. So it's a privilege. So, man, I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Definitely had to, man. I love when other people reach out to me. I like to get a lot of my local dads on, but when somebody reaches out to me from outside of my local area, I'm like, I got to make a way to get these brothers on here, man, because, I know a lot of great dads right here in my community, but I know it just ain't here. It's somewhere everywhere, and that's what Dad Can We Talk is about, man. I like to highlight dads everywhere, man. Great dads, because in the past, the media only highlights bad dads, So I say, you know what? I'm going to create my own media platform, and I'm going to highlight all these great dads that I know. And when I say great dads, people, I ain't talking about perfect dads, because none of us ain't perfect dads, but we are dads that are trying and attempting every day and striving to be better than what we were yesterday, man. So shout out to you, my brother, man. I'm ready to get into it. So my first question on the podcast is always the same. So my first question today for you is, what was your relationship like with your dad? Talk about that.
Man, shoot, man. I got to be honest with you, man. It's been an up and a downhill battle. You know what I'm saying? My dad was in my life, you feel me? But he wasn't there all at the same time. And I say that because yes, he was there physically, but you know how it go when it comes being a dad, you're labeled by being a provider, you're labeled by, you know, the money that you got in your pocket and the bills that you pay. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, he's an older dad, you know what I'm saying? So that's all he did. He would leave the house at 4:00 in the morning, come back at 8:00 at night, you know what I'm saying? So most of our time was spent on the weekends, and that's if he ain't, you know, driving the bus for the Braves or doing something like that, working overtime to make sure we have food on the table, you know, roof over our head and all the other good stuff, man. But, you know, some of the highlights that I will say as far as my dad, you know what I'm saying, shoot, man, with some really great things, bro. He taught us how to hunt, taught us how to fish, you know what I'm saying? Some I passed on to my boys, man. So, I mean, the relationship, like you said, man, in the beginning, man, it's not about being perfect. It's about being great. I believe that my dad did the best that he could, you know, based off with the knowledge that he had. You feel me?
That's real. That's real. And I think that's one thing that we learn as we grow older. A lot of us, you know, growing up, you know, we hear all these things about our dad and we feel the type of way that we feel about our dad, good or bad. But then once we have our own children, it's like, dang, bro, I kind of understand. Like Pops probably had a lot of stuff going on. You know, it ain't as easy as it might look or sound.
100%, bro. You know, I used to watch my dad all the time, man, and like I'd be like, "Dog, man, y'all working," you know, and to the kid's eye or to somebody's eye to where they're in your ear about what your dad's not doing. If you don't know any better, you would think he don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. When I became a dad and I realized how many hours I had to put in on the clock to make sure gymnastics got going, football is going, whatever they got going on, you know, because that's extra money that's coming out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, you know, you blessed to have a wife, you know what I'm saying? So you probably, somebody can pay for the extracurricular activities while the other person can make sure they get to practice, make sure they get to the events and stuff like that. But, you know, not everybody had that capability. So, you know.
Real talk though, real talk.
It's real, bro. You know, it's a sacrifice. Either you're gonna work to make sure they got the finances so they could do it, or not, and they not be able to do it, and you still miss out on the practices, but you're able to make the games and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's real. And I think that's why it's important for other dads in the community to be able to step up, you know, like say, for instance, with a football team or basketball team, you know, some kids' parents might not be able to make it there, you know, for whatever reason. They might have things going on and, you know, and I think it's just important for other dads to be able to step up and stand in the gap for those parents and, you know, be able to provide rides and provide, you know, food if you're going out of town, you know, you're playing AAU basketball or something like that. It's just important for other parents to step up, man.
Man, 100%, man. You know, and that's and to piggyback off that, man. Like yesterday, right? You know, I posted, you know, saying about my daughter. She does gymnastics or whatever, man. And what I would say to other dads is surround yourself around dads that's kind of doing the same thing, right? So, you know, you go and check on the page, you know, it's like only 3 of my boys showed up, but we, you know, this thing called Wolf Gang, you know, so we, you know, part of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. But, you know, this thing called Wolf Gang, man, and they show up, man, and like my son today is at his son's wrestling event. So we stay together. They show up to the events, you know, so we make sure we do everything good. It's a close-knit family. We grow together. We all got businesses together, man. So I always say, man, surround yourself around dads that's trying to have the same movement, the same vision, the same passion that you have. And that's saying, hey, you know what? Hey, man, I see you got to work tonight. You know, should I got you? I make sure your boy get the prize. And the crazy part about it is he may not even have a kid on your team. He just said, hey, bro, I got your son going to practice. I got it, you know? So that's what I would say to other dads out there, you know?
That's real. That's real. Hey, y'all, man, y'all please take heed to that, man. You know, I seen a lot of stuff growing up and, you know, just being a dad. There's a lot of kids that really would appreciate that, you know, and a lot of parents that would appreciate, you know, someone in the community being able to step up, man. So let's look out for each other. But so with you growing up with your dad and you seeing everything that, you know, experiencing that relationship with him, how would you say that affects you now as a dad in the way that you deal with your own kids?
Man, you know, that's like probably one of the realest questions you'll ever have as a dad, right? And so I always tell people, whether it's, you know, wisdom, whether it's, you know, knowledge, a skill or anything, you take what's good and you leave what's bad. You know what I'm saying? So with my dad, of course, you know, my dad is 78. He's going on 80, you know, here coming soon, you know, Lord's willing.
Yeah.
But during that time, you got to remember, they were taught that kids should be seen and not heard. You know what I'm saying? So that type of teaching, that type of knowledge, that type of, let's call it what it is, lack of emotion, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the kids was dominant at that point. So I took that and honestly, bro, real talk, just being transparent, I didn't know what a hug was. I was 18 years old. And it was, you know what I'm saying? My dad didn't really, the first time he really told me, he was like legit proud of me, when I graduated from Marine Corps boot camp, you feel me?
Yeah.
But am I saying that to say that my dad wasn't proud of me? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying to you is that it wasn't really extremely vocalized during that time when he was coming up. So he didn't know how to express that. So because he didn't know how to express that, I said, okay, well, I'm going to take the hunting and the fishing and pass it on my boys. But I'm going to hug my boys more. I'm going to hug my girls more. I'm going to tell them, you know, they're doing a good job. I'm proud of them more. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that, you know what I'm saying? And because I do that, I've seen a different change, you know what I'm saying, with my parental skills. And man, we learn every day, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, like, you know, everybody, some people feel a different way about capital punishment, you know, spankings, as they call it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I make it my last resort. You know what I'm saying? I do other things that I learned from the military and learn other effective parental consequences, you know what I'm saying, that help them to learn. Not necessarily, I'm just spanking you because I said so. No, don't do this. This is why. And if you do it, this is what's going to happen. So I teach them the different levels of, you know what I'm saying, you know, the consequences of their actions and stuff like that, man. So I got to say that, you know, looking at how my dad raised me, like I said, some really good points, you know what I'm saying, on how to be a strong Black man, on how to pass, you know, hunting and fishing and stuff like that. And just working hard. Like I work really hard, but I got it from my dad. But the other key points that I didn't learn from my dad was, you know, the hugging and the telling him I love you and, you know, I'm proud of you, and the emotional and the vulnerability that, honestly, we got to be more, you know, as dads, we got to be more vulnerable. We got to be more emotional with our kids, you know what I'm saying? So I took that and I added that to my dad stew that I call it.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Got to add that to your bag, dog. Hey, but it's funny you say that. And I found this interesting. I was looking at one of your posts on Instagram, and it's funny that you say that. And it just helped me understand everything you're saying, because you spoke on one of your posts about words of affirmation and that love language. And that love, you got it? Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but I just think that's important to talk about, because I was talking with one of my boys before, and I was talking with my wife about this before. Like, at times we only look at love languages like in terms of relationships, marriage, and stuff like that, and we like to focus on, you know, our spouse love language or our own love language. And then it hit me one day. I'm like, man, my kids have a love language too. You know, they have a way that they desire to be loved. You know, they have a way that there are certain ways that you can reach them better than other ways, you know. And you spoke about that words of affirmation, and I believe that's one of my my oldest daughters love. Her biggest love language is she loves to hear out of my mouth that I love her and I'm proud of her. And I believe it really affects her and hurts her when I say hurtful things to her and I get upset. And that's a big thing that I'm working on, man. Like, really, like, at times I get upset with my baby, and, you know, and I just start lashing out. You know, I might be tired from work or whatever, and they like acting crazy at the house. And I'm like, man, I'm so sick of y'all. And I'm tired of y'all, you know, and it affects her, bro. And I'm really starting to see it. And I'm like, man, I got to do better at that. So talk about that. And you also talked about how growing up you were bullied, and how the words that people would say would affect you. I want you to just go into that, man, because I think it's important for us to understand like how powerful words are and how our words can affect our children.
Man, so real talk. So I know it's a very two-part conversation on that, right?
Yeah.
And so like we'll handle my youth first, and then that way you can understand how I was able to develop to what I have now.
Yeah.
So I posted a picture, man. You know, if you saw me, I had my glasses on and stuff like that. So I've always had glasses since like the age of 3. And we all know, man, kids are, you know, man, they cruel, man. They dishonest, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't have the privilege of hanging out with the cool kids in the back of the bus, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of like in the middle of the bus, but I wasn't all the way
Yeah.
up in the front, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, the biggest thing is I had glasses, but people didn't realize, although I had glasses, I still can play ball. I still, you know, I was good at what I did. I can draw. Like I was a really cool kid, but because of my physical appearance, they didn't want to tap into that, right?
Yeah.
So, and I didn't get that opportunity. And so they would literally, man, like call me cross-eyed, you know, Coke bottle, this, that, and the third, you know, like it really affected me. And this is before, you know, anti-bullying laws, before it was always, well, you know, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words never hurt you. You know, that whole passage that we raised our kids on, and we really honestly neglected, you know what I'm saying, how those words really affected them. And it wasn't until like the suicide rate at 10 started to take off all the way up through high school before parents was like, well, wait a minute, why are these kids hanging themselves in the 8th grade? Why are they shooting themselves in the 6th grade? What is going on? What are we missing? And they started to really kind of put bullying up under that microscope about the words and finally understand how powerful words are, not only just as adults, but as kids, right? So, you know, for me, you know, going from kindergarten to the 9th grade, that's all I heard was just, you know, people didn't want to be my friend because I wore glasses or because I had a lazy eye or whatever the case may be. And, you know, in the 9th grade was when I had the Coke bottle effect. You know, the Coke bottle effect is like when you take a Coke bottle, a glass Coke bottle, you put a top on it, and you just shake it, and then you put it down, and then you shake it again. Eventually, it don't matter who got that. I could pass that Coke bottle around the room 8,000 times. At some point in time, it don't matter who that bottle's in their hand, it's going to explode, and it's going to affect that person that's on and everybody else around it, right? And that's what happened in the 9th grade, bro. I remember like it was yesterday. I had a kid in 9th grade biology class, and you know, he was like, man, Wes, how you play football, man? You know, you cross-eyed, you catch like this and third, man. I said, man, all right, say something else. You catch these hands.
Yeah.
Man, sure enough, man, I exploded on the kid. I ended up picking up my desk, and I hit him in the back of the head and knocked him unconscious. And this was in 99, right after Columbine.
Yeah.
And I said, bro, I kill you and your mama. You know what I'm saying? Say something else. And that sent an alarm not only to my parents, but to my administrative staff, you know, everybody that saw me as this straight A kid, because I was, you know, this good kid that came to school every day, didn't really have any behavioral problems. They was like, man, Wes? Nah. Yeah. But nobody listened to me when I was saying, hey, man, they keep picking on me. They keep picking on me. Oh, man, let it roll off your back. You know, you got to have skin like a duck. You got to let it roll off your back. You know, they never paid attention to me. And then when I took it into my own hands, now everybody's like, wait, Wes, come talk to me. Now I've got your attention because I've done something so drastic. It may not have been killing myself. It may not have been harming it. I have done something so drastic. Now everybody's like, okay, bullying is real. This kid has been silent. I know this is a straight A kid. We haven't had any problems with this kid. And all of a sudden he hit another kid with a desk. Okay. So from the 9th grade, of course, you know, all the way through school, you know, I had my mentors. I had everybody, you know, my mom, my dad, they finally understood that what they were teaching me of having thick skin wasn't really working. And that's something that we got to understand as parents and as dads. We got to meet our kids where they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting a kid in front of a collegiate book and say, here, read it. They're going to be like, I don't know. But we got to give them a book to where they are on their grade level, unless they show us that they're a little bit ahead, and meet them where they are. So how does that translate into parental skills, right? It's like, you know, us as men, bro, we got so much to impart onto our kids, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes we allow our worldview or our life to affect the conversations that we have with our children, the way we respond to them, the way we act to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, yeah, I worked 12 hours today. I'm starving. You know what I'm saying? I had some road rage going on, this, that, and the third, you know, whatever. And it could be the smallest thing that they do. They might just hit a flip the wrong way. They might slam a door or something. They say, "Hey, sit down." I mean, I can't stand with y'all. And we're it has nothing to do with them. And we're gonna explode on them. And now it's time to bring that back, right? I remember my son, he's 17 now, and I didn't realize that my words affected him until he told me. He was about 15. He said, "Dad, you remember I was at football practice and the kid ran me over?" I said, "Yeah, I remember that." "And you were so mad at me." He said, "Man, dang, why?" And this is what he quoted what I said.
Yeah.
He said, "You remember when you was like, man, dang, what you doing out here? You ain't nothing but a waste of space."
Dang.
I'm talking about, he remembered that from, he was like 9 or 10 on the football field.
Dang.
And here we are having that conversation again, 14, 15 years old. You know, if I would have knew better to in a sense coach him up, because I didn't want to see him be defeated, but it made me upset because I felt like he quit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like, honestly, I played in a big role into why he doesn't play football today. He's a great band student. He's going to go to the Marine Corps like me, but I think I played a major part into why he quit playing football. And if I could change anything about that particular situation, even throughout all my kids, I changed the way I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Even if I feel a certain kind of way. Like I had a situation not too long ago where they were too loud.
Yeah.
I had a bad day, bro. Life just been frustrating me. And let's just call it what it is. You know, they moms be getting on your nerves when you got baby moms, all that good stuff. They want to act a fool. They got stuff to say. That's in your ear because you get you ain't doing nothing and all the other good stuff they like to say, which we got to learn how to block that out too. But we allow that to spill over into our kids. And it definitely, for me, I had a situation with my kids and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing with y'all right now, because if I say something to y'all right now, you're gonna get something that ain't got nothing to do with you. So I need y'all to go sit down somewhere and chill out. And then what that does is you as a dad gotta take that time and say, okay, you know what? I know it ain't got to do with the kids. Let me calm down, get my stuff together, so on and so forth. And then come back and say, hey man, listen, y'all being too loud. Y'all need to clean this room up. You need to do what I asked you to do your homework, whatever. But now you're not doing it out of anger, or you're not doing it out of something that ain't had nothing to do with them. And now you can align and direct your words differently to where it doesn't affect them in a negative manner. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, for me, bro, you know, it's learning and going back, like you were saying, the 5 love languages. Gary Chapman, he got the one for parents and kids. Read it. I read most of his series, and I've been learning a lot, bro. Been learning a lot, man. And the biggest thing is you know, it has nothing necessarily anything to do with me, but looking at guys like yourself with the podcast, other people that I've interacted with over IG, man. Everybody is starting to come together and have that same mental idea of just changing the paradigm of being better dads. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I look at you and I took some things off your page. I'm like, man, all right, yeah, I like what you do. He got a podcast. He's in his community. He got, you know, his kids. You know what I'm saying? You're posting your family. You know what I'm saying? You're highlighting your wife. Like, I'm trying to get there. You know, I ain't got no ring on the finger yet. I'm trying to be like you, brother. You know? So I'm trying to see how you interact with the married life, you know what I'm saying? And how you balance that life along with being a dad, because that's a different type. You got husband, dad, son, brother, and everything else now. You know what I mean?
Crazy. It's real, bro. It's real. And man, I love what you say about, you know, like the whole fact that at times I gotta learn to do like what you say, like when My wife, and it's so crazy you say it because my wife just told me the other night, she was like, I think at times what you need to do is just go take a walk. Just walk away instead of you blowing up on the kids. You know, it'll be like about simple stuff, clean the room.
Yep.
But it ain't just about for me. I got all this other stuff going on. So when I see the room ain't clean, now they're the closest thing to me.
Yep.
And they finna get it.
Yep.
And I let them have it sometimes, bro. And I be saying stuff I know I shouldn't say, bro. I'm like, you know, after I said, I'm like, dang, bro, I'm tripping. Like, I don't even know why I said that, bro. And it's like, instead of just, man, hold up, y'all. I'm just gonna walk outside real quick, you know, and just get my mind right. So my wife and I, we just talked about this Wednesday night, and she was like, from here on out, what we gonna do a new thing from here on out. Whenever I get like that, our code is gonna be, she's gonna say, I'll handle it. And when I hear her say that, I need to just walk away.
That's it.
Don't say nothing else and just leave it alone.
Yeah, man. That's about, you know, partnership, right? But
yeah,
check this out too, bro. I'm gonna give you something, and maybe you can use it. Because I've done. You know, one of the biggest things about kids is they look at us, right? They pay attention to everything we do, everything we say. So, and again, like you said earlier, bro, we ain't perfect. So what do we do when we're not perfect? So for me, I've had my times where I didn't take that walk. Yeah. Oh man! Oh my God! You know, I tore the whole room up. Yeah. I'm talking about tornado man up in that mug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I go away, and then I come back. And this is what I had to learn and I got this from my dad because my dad didn't do it. My dad would instill discipline and consequences. Now sometimes he wasn't always right. But he never acknowledged when he was wrong. Yeah, so what I did was, even I blow up, I come back, hey y'all, come here. I call my team, my kids the 18. You know what I'm saying? I have a mantra. I always tell them, I say, hey, you know, what's your last name? Albritton. Where we leave from the front, not the back. You know, I put that in their mind. And so I said, all right, come here, 18. Let me holler for a minute. And I sit them down. I say, hey, you know what? You know, Dad is about accountability. And how can I teach you about accountability if I don't accept accountability or if I don't recognize mine? So, you know, Daddy yelled at you earlier, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I said some pretty wrong things, and I still want you to clean the room, and I want you to do this and that, but I didn't say that the right way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apologize. I'm sorry, y'all, because I know I hurt your feelings. I know I said some things. Daddy is sorry. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And what I started to find was, when I started to apologize for me falling off my square, me falling off the line, what did my kids start doing? Hey, Dad, you know, I didn't clean the room like you told me to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do better next time. And then they would legit change how they clean the room, or they would do things different. And so subconsciously, what I was doing was teaching them accountability. Yeah. Because I'm the head, right? So I'm taking the lead. And I'm saying, you know what, dang, I know I messed that all the way up. All right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how is it we can go to our partner and be like, hey, bro, that's my bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? You on the basketball, foul somebody, oh, my bad, bro. But we can't even go to our own kids and say, hey, y'all, I'm sorry. That's on me. That's real. What we doing? That's real. What we doing? That's real, bro. That's real. And you know, it been times where my oldest daughter, she'll call me out about it. You know, she'll be like, well, Daddy, you know, you didn't even say that you were sorry. And I'd be like, well, you know what? You're right. And, you know, I tell her I'm sorry, you know, love on her. And, you know, one time I did that. She was like, Daddy, it made me feel really good that, you know, 'cause I think one time I was like, man, that's just so stupid that you would do something like that. Right. And she hate when I say stuff like that. And she was like, Daddy, thanks for telling me that I'm not stupid. And I was just like, bro, I feel like that means the world to her. Yeah. You know, and that's really her love language. Like, she really loves that affirmation. And then when I do the wrong thing, I'm like, man, I got to make this thing right with her, because it's a serious thing. You know, people might look at it like, you know, like you say, the old generation,
Man, they ain't care about how we felt, bro. They ain't care about how we felt, what we thought. It was their way or the highway.
That's it.
And that's how we grew up. So it's like we have to take that turn in our generation. We got to turn that thing around and really make it like, really make sure our kids know that they matter, because that's what we're showing them when we, like you say, we can apologize and we can, ask them how they feel and allow them to express themselves, because they need to know that they mean something and that they matter.
100%, bro.
100%. That's real, man. For the parents out there that might listen to this, please, y'all, it's a serious thing, and I just pray that y'all will again take heed, because this is free game. Like, these ain't things that we think about. This experience. I done made a lot of mistakes in that area, and I'm telling you, as my baby is getting older, she's only 8 right now. That thing affects her. So it's real. But let's go here, man. I want to talk about how it felt for you when you first, how old is your oldest child?
He's 17, bro.
17. Man, what was that feeling 17 years ago, bro, when you first heard those words, you're about to be a dad? Man, what was that experience like? What was your reaction?
Man, so that's a part of my story. That's what makes it cool. So my name's Wesley. I'm the third. My son his name's Wesley. Spitting him is my twin. So I remember, man, man, that was probably one of the lows that I had during that time of my life. But it made me who I am today. And so what I say is, during that time, I was homeless, bro. I was staying in a 98 Pontiac Grand Dam, bro. Green and color two-door. I never forget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad had got into a situation where, he put me out the house. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to listening to your kids, right? He didn't listen to my part of the story. All he took was what the adult said, and his way or the highway, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? I was on the highway.
Yeah.
And my high school sweetheart at the time, man, we was rocking, I was working, but I wasn't making enough to get an apartment at 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? So that's another conversation us as Black parents do. That we got to stop doing, man. It's killing our culture when we do that. But I was homeless. And so she told me, Wes, I'm pregnant. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And so I'm like, dang, man, what I need to do now? Like, man, I don't know nothing about being a dad. Like, I'm homeless, I ain't got nowhere to go. Man. So I remember I was like, man, I need to get some extra income. All I know from what my dad is how to work hard. So I went to the barbershop. And I went to the guy. He'd been coming my hair since I was 12. I said, hey, man, let me sweep your floor. He was like, man, I got somebody already. And so the guy he was cutting, he was like, man, I got a job for you. I was like, man, all right, man, look, man, what you got? He pulled out his card. I looked at the card, had the United States Marines on. I said, man, all right, man. So in my mind, I had already knew I wasn't going into the military. I didn't want to do it. So I walked into his office. I said, look, man, first thing I said to him, I said, look, I'm not here to sign no contract. I did, I'm not here to go to the military. I'm not doing that. So if you got a job for me in this office, we can do that. But other than that, I'm not even gonna waste your time. And so he said, man, I like you. He said, you're very direct, and he said, man, let me talk to you outside. He talked to me outside. He said, man, what you got going on? Why you need a job? I said, man, I got a kid on the way. I'm homeless. I got a lot going on, man. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. And we talking suicide at this point.
Yeah.
He said, man, look, here go $50, man. Go get you something to eat. He said, come back in about an hour. I'm gonna have something for you. And then I want you to take the time to just think. Don't do nothing else but think. Came back an hour and man gave me a hotel key. He said, 2 miles down the road, go down there. It's already set up. All I gotta do is walk in the room. Went in there, man. I sat down, bro, and I just took time to just breathe and just take a hot shower and just kind of just decompress a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And really enjoy the thought of being a dad. Like, oh man, I'm about to be a dad. Now, what do I gotta do? What as a man am I supposed to do at 18, 19 years old? Mm. So I stayed in contact with him. And I said, you know what, man? It ain't nothing out here. I'm working for Airmark, cleaning out the back of the planes at the airport. They ain't paying me no bread. Sign me up. I want a challenge. I ain't going to the Air Force. I ain't going to the Navy. I ain't doing the Army. I want a challenge. Sign me up. Sign me up. I left 2 weeks after my son was born. And from when I got that burden lifted off my back of having stability, having a place for my son, having insurance, having income, I was then able to enjoy it. I'm a dad. Like, wow, this was up. When he was born, man, it was one of the greatest feelings in the world. You know what I'm saying? To see him come out into the world, to see him take his first breath, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole ambiance and everything. And the crazy part about it, so me, my oldest boy, and my middle boy all got the same doctor, meaning they delivered all, all three of us. Me and Kaylee, her name. She's retired now. You gotta think. You know what I mean? Shoot, me, I'm 36. You know.
Yeah.
36. You know what I'm saying? And my son's 17, and my middle boy, he's 13. So she was out in practice for a long time, man. But like I said, man, it was a beautiful feeling, man. But I just didn't get a chance to really have the exuberance of joy that I wanted to have, because of the realization of my current situation. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, I enjoy it now though. I can say that much.
Yeah. No, that's real, man. And I just love to hear those stories like that, because everyone was in a different place, you know, everyone, you know, and I think it just always, I think it humbles you sometimes to go back to, man, that first day I found out I was about to be that. And it's life-changing, you know. Because you know at that point, like, damn, bro, like in like 8-9 months, my life finna be different from, like, it'll never be the same after this, you know. And man, that's definitely humbling, and it's great to see someone like you, you know, where you are now, you know, in the position that you're in now, and doing the things that you're doing. It's like, that's what I say, you know. I believe everybody has a story, because like, and this is why I love the podcast so much, because I can hear these stories, and it's like, when we do hear stories of fatherhood at times, it's like from a celebrity's standpoint or something like that. And, you know, we hear all these athletes and rappers, singers, whoever, but it's like, I want to hear the story of the local dad, the 9-to-5 dad, who don't have money for a nanny. We ain't got millions of dollars. We don't have all of these extra things that these people have, but we still are fathers. We're still parents, and we still have to take care of our children. And the sacrifices that we have to make at times, I think people overlooks them, you know, and they don't appreciate that, you know, all of the things that you went through to actually be a part of your child's life, bro. 100%. But if you wasn't there, they'll count you as a stat. And you will matter a lot then. And they'll highlight your story and say, you know, this is the problem with the Black community. Yep. But when you're in your child's life, we get overlooked. Like, oh, well, you know, that's just a dad. You know, it ain't nothing.
Right. I mean, it's, you know, the sad part about that realization right there, bro, is you get overlooked, and then you get the other side of the paradigm, where you got, it's either in our community, either you got the bad baby daddy with the cool baby mama that don't press him for nothing, don't ask for no child support, don't bother him, don't do nothing, or you got the dad like myself out here, you know, trying to be a different look, a different paradigm. You got the bad baby mama keeping the kids from them. You got, you know, doing malicious stuff to you just get that part. And it's like, how is it that we gotta fight what people view and say about the Black community, and then the us. Let's just call it us, because it's not just the moms, it's us too. And what I say is, and I believe, and that's why I created the network, is because I believe that it's not about just the good dads all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Christian, so everybody be like, oh man, how you a Christian and you go to the club?
Yeah.
Well, how else am I gonna find somebody and tell them my story and they want to be you feel me? Like, so my thing is, I'm trying to create a network of dads that where we're not beating a brother across the head. We're like, hey, bro, come on over here, man.
Straight up.
On you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Come shop with us, come chill with us, come on over here to the network and relax, man. And maybe just our love and our openness and our transparency will make him want to say, you know what, I need to spend more time with my kids. You know what? Let me go out here and get some legal rights, like up here in the state of Georgia. You gotta have legal rights to see your kids up here. So, let me get some rights, you know what I'm saying? Let me, I like what you're doing, man. You inspired me to be better. So that's what it's really about, because
that's real.
I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. But if me and you come together and we go see another homie over there and he ain't, hey man, when last time you see your kid? Man, I don't know, bro. Oh man, come here, man. Let me holler at you for a minute. And we ain't gotta beat them down. We just got, hey bro, come on, bro. You better than that, dog. Forget what the mama talked about. Forget all that. You.
Straight up.
That's your bloodline.
Straight up.
That's you. Let's run it. What you need from us to help you get what you need. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, I want to be able to, as my business, I want to be able to say, hey, you know what? Hey, brother, you struggling? Yeah. How much your child support? Such and such and such. I'm gonna pay it for a year. I just want to see you get on your feet, bro.
Yeah.
Because taking care of two household boys, hell, bro. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, I don't even want to know what it's like, boy. For real.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't do that by myself. That's why if it was anything, it would have been called the Dad's Empowerment Me, but it's the network.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's real.
I'm trying to build a network of dads to where you can log on to my joint. And if you need a counselor, bet. There go my directory. You need a lawyer, bet. Go to the directory. You know where all my events are. You know what's going on. And we can get together and like, you may be good in something else. And I consider that, hey man, I've been looking for such and such. Hey man, I do that. Man, you know what? Here go my code.
All right. That's real. That's real. And I want to go there, man. I want you to talk a little more about the den. I want you to tell people like what the den is, the Dad Empowerment Network, you know, how you started it. Just talk about that, man.
So, all right, man, the Dad's Empowerment Network, man, what it is it's a network that I'm trying to create, like I said, as far as taking everything that you see from Instagram, Facebook, all of that. You see it. That's my son called me.
Yeah.
I have to get to him in a minute. But you take all of that and you compile it into hold on one second. Yeah, you compile it into one local theme, right? So I'm taking the knowledge and the wisdom and I'm making it tangible. So I actually want to have like a meeting place. So when you break down my 3 letters, you got, Dad's Empowerment Network and the Den. So what my logo represents is when you think about it, you think about the Lion's Den, the Wolves Den. That's where you see my wolves on there. That's where they go to meet, to rest, to strategize as far as hunting and stuff like that. That's where they go. And so that's what I'm trying to do as far as the Dad's Empowerment Network, give men a tangible address to go somewhere. Hey, you need to work out to empower your body. Guess what? It's there. If you need to go to the right side of my building, and there's computers to where if you need to find a counselor, a lawyer, a financial advisor, anything that's associated with powering or empowering dads, that's the network. And dad, of course, D is dad, but I switch it over to deity. And so what that's important to me, because when I think about the mental health, the spiritual aspect, my vision, temple building, mind, body, and soul, how do I attack or how do I strengthen the soul, right? Deity, I'm a Christian. I understand what a prayer wall does. I understand what a prayer room do. But how can I reach other dads if I'm just Christian based? I'm trying to give me somebody that understands the Muslim culture or Islamic culture. and tell me what I need to do so I can put a small mosque in the back, or to give me somebody that's a Buddhist or whatever. And all you gotta do is just come to my joint, log in with your membership. Hey, I just need some time to go to the back and just get my spiel right. It's back there. Go get it. Go get it.
Yeah.
Hey, you want the gym? It's right here. Go get it. You feeling suicidal, bro? I got counselors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create a network and a membership and stuff like that. So that's what the network is about. How did we get there? So 2017, bro, was a very pivotal year for me, man. And I've been through a lot. Bro. But in 3 months, I went from having everything I want to nothing. So had a girlfriend at the time. And man, let me tell you, like, had a girlfriend at the time. Had a girl, and my baby mama, my second baby mama, she has played a very pivotal role into why we are where we are today.
Yeah.
She helped break up that relationship. Like with my current girlfriend and her ex-boyfriend, they teamed up together to help break up the relationship. That was that. So then you go from that. So we broke up. She ran me over with a car. And we got into a little man. I ran me over with a car. Because I had caught her at her ex-boyfriend's house and all this other good stuff. Hey, can you text Wes and see what he was trying to figure out? He was texting me about something at Burlington. You gotta cut that out. I just had but anyway, so we had so ran me over with a car. And then, so I went through a 90-day depression, bro. So where I definitely was suicidal. No hands down about it. Suicidal. I actually attempted suicide. So I took 13 aspirin. I wasn't playing. I didn't tell my mom. Didn't tell nobody. Because at the end of the day, I had lost something that I definitely wanted. You know what I'm saying? I was on a decline in my job. Things were just not going right. You know what I'm saying? I felt like God wasn't listening to me. I mean, my baby mom was giving me hell, bro. So I said, you know what? I'm done. Done. It took one of my homies I played football with, who didn't hear from me for about 2 days. He drove a scooter from, I know you don't know where, it was Fairburn, Georgia to Riverdale, Georgia. I mean, it's probably 15 miles on a scooter, bro. We ain't talking about a car. We talking about a scooter, bro. In the rain, and he knocked on my door, and of course, he knew. I told him, I said, anytime you need anything, just hit the code. You come on in. And he saw me on the couch, slumped over, foaming at the mouth. He called the paramedics and everything. They came and got me, and everything. So that was 2. So I went from a heartbreak to suicide. The third thing that I experienced in a 90-day time period was my baby mama, second baby mama. This woman is hell. Let's just call it what it is. She is hell, bro. And I'm God has to deal with me when it comes to her. That is, man. So she went and she filed a contempt in court. You know what I'm saying? So I was picking my kids up early from school. Picking up about 5:30. Court order says 6:30. Now I'm gonna paint this picture. So I got the contempt of court in the mail. I said, I got a show. May 8th. I never forget it. May 8th, 2016. Courtroom 8E at 11 o'clock. I never forget it, because when you enter something like that, it burns in the side of your head.
Yeah.
So I go in the courtroom. It's a black female judge. My baby mom's a black female. Her attorney's a black female. And the 2 bailiffs in the room, along with the court reporter, are all black females. I'm the only black male in this courtroom. I got all the paperwork that I need from the school saying I was able to pick the kids up early. They released the kids early and everything, this, that, and the third. No harm, no foul. I'm being a dad. That's it. Hands down, being a dad. Yeah. The judge says, Miss Such and Such, what do you got for me? He picked the kids up early. I had things to do. And she gave him this whole crocodile spiel, crocodile tears and everything. Judge says, Mr. Albritton, what you got? I say, yeah, Your Honor, so I was picking them up because I have my kids, and this is how I do it. The kids let me, the schools let me do it. The black judge told me, she said, Mr. Albritton, I don't care what the order say. The order say 6:30. I don't care if it's 6:29 or 6:31. You pick them kids up at 6:30. Bailiff, take them away. I went to jail picking my kids up too early, bro.
Dang.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I went through that and I said, man, all right, what am I supposed to do here? God, this is something you need me to do. What am I supposed to do? I had already lost friends. One of my good friends, Nate, got arrested. So he jumped off the bridge because of the same concept, committed suicide. I had lost 4 friends in a matter of 3 years to suicide. What do dads need? So I started putting together, and he came to me and said, man, I want you to create the den. I didn't know what it stood for. And he started piecing it together. He said, you need to be able to attack these particular areas. He said, yeah, it look good on Instagram, but now I need something tangible. And so I'm on a campaign now to where I'm trying to get as much funds, grants, whatever I can get to get something tangible here in Atlanta. And then I want to be able to have a team to come down there to Florida, have the den down there in Florida, have a team in South Carolina, got a location there. I want this thing to be what it's supposed to be. And it's something that we need because we don't gather like we should. And we don't talk like we should. We don't help each other like we should. And sometimes it ain't about bread. It ain't about none of that. It's about just being in the same atmosphere with another male to talk about, hey, man, I got a daughter at 13 years old. She's doing this. Oh, man, I put my daughter through college. This is how I did it. Just to impart some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I can't reach my son, my daughter. I'm trying to talk to him, but he ain't listening. Oh, man, look, change your words of affirmation. Do this, do that, and the third. Get the knowledge out. But I need something tangible to get us in a location to where we can attack all parts, that mind, that body, and that soul, because that's what I went through, bro. That's what I went through. So that's where we at.
Man, boy, listen, that's so real, man. And I love the concept, bro. And it's definitely something that's needed. We definitely need a central place where fathers can come, because at times, like you say, you going through these things, you don't know who to turn to, and it ain't like a lot of people, and at times you need another man to turn to, because, at times, people would say, even like with me being married, it's like some stuff my wife ain't gonna understand, because she ain't a man, she just, there's certain things she can help me with, but there's certain things she can't. There's certain things my mom, like one time I was going through it with, just dealing with my dad not being there. And I broke down one night, and I called my mom, and my mom was like, well, you can talk to me about anything. And I'm like, Mom, I know that. And I ain't saying that I can't, but what I'm saying is sometimes I need a man to talk to. Sometimes I need my dad, sometimes like I want that. Thanks. And it's just you need that, bro. Like you need this another man that somebody that can understand what you're going through, who might have already been through that, or just a ear, a shoulder that you can lean on, somebody that you can cry out to. And I just think that's like one of the most important things for us to have as dads, bro, is to have a network. And that's like with my podcast, like I got this connection with all the, this is what, the 74th, 73rd episode. Yeah. Bro, all the men that I brought on here, that's my network. Yeah. And some of these people I ain't never talked to in my life, like with you, like I ain't never met you ever in my life, but it's like learning all these things about you is like, man, this dude go through some of the same stuff I'm going through. Some like you talk about 2017, bro. 2017 was like probably one of the worst years of my life. Me and my wife was homeless for like 4 or 5 months in that year with our kids. Like very crazy year. It's crazy. And and it's like as soon as you said 2017, that's when my mind went like, dang, 2017 was crazy. And then you started saying all the stuff you saying. I'm like, so I wasn't the only person going through it in 2017, you know, and it's like having networks like this, you know, having building relationships with other men is just so imperative, bro, that we do stuff like this. And I was just talking with some of my boys 2 weeks ago. I was telling them this year I want to do an event where I get all of the guys that came on the net on the podcast that's here in town. I want to do like a march where we all get together with our kids and we just go walk through a community, and then we walk to a certain park or something and we just do a cookout, you know, and we can play kickball and throw the football and shoot the basketball at the kids. And I want all these dads that I know to know each other, because I know all of them now, but I'm like, I want y'all to know each other too. Like, I want to connect all of them together, because that's something we need, bro. And we just don't have it, you know? And I know it ain't like you say, that's you in Atlanta, I'm in Gainesville, but I'm more than sure in all these other cities, it's the same thing, bro. Like, we have to have a place where we can go, where we can congregate and just love on each other and hear each other out. It's like, it's just so important, bro. I love what you're doing, bro. For real, for real.
I'm trying, brother. I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
For real. But I got a few more questions for you, man. Can you talk about the the 7 Ds of fatherhood? I saw you post something like that on Instagram, man. It was interesting. Can you talk about that?
So, you know, I know them, man, but I like to have them on hand. So
Yeah.
7 Ds, man, you know, the biggest thing for me is like, it's just, again, it's just how it came to me, right? Being direct, being disciplined, being dedicated, you know what I'm saying? Like, that for me was one of the I think the components that we needed to have when it comes to being a dad, right? So I was like, okay, you know what? You know, what is it that we as dads need to do or have to already do, or what they want us to talk about when it comes to imparting knowledge into our kids and our youth. And being dedicated, right? So if I'm talking about being dedicated, everybody think dedication is just simply, oh, well, you gotta always show up. Or you gotta show up, you gotta go to this, you gotta go to that. No, being dedicated means through the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. You gotta stay consistent, you know what I'm saying, in their life. Meaning, yeah, you may have a rough patch with them. They may not do what you want to do, but you still got to be dedicated to the course of what your vision is as a dad. You know what I'm saying? You want them to be a certain kind of way, to represent your last name a certain kind of way. So it's bigger than just showing up for a basketball practice, or football practice, or a gymnastic meet, or whatever. It's about showing up in their mind, showing up when you talk, being dedicated to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, you might have missed this mark right here, but I'm dedicated as your dad to help you get through this, and let's turn this situation around, right? And so, like, and you learn, man, like throughout the years, determination, bro. You know, think about all the sports we played. You ain't just going to do a layup perfectly the first time. You were determined to get it right. You get what I'm saying? You ain't going to just shoot all the time, or whatever skill that you have. It wasn't done perfectly the first time, but she was like, you know, dang, I missed, but I'm determined to get it right. And that's what I was thinking about as far as dads, man. Like, think about all the stuff that we hear from, not even just from the baby mamas, but from everybody, that when they view black dads, oh man, they don't want to be around their kids. They deadbeats. They don't provide. They don't do this. They don't do that. But even in the midst of all of that, you got to be determined to say, you know what? Yeah, that sounds good, but let me be determined in showing you something different. Let me show my kids something different, regardless of what the baby mama talking about, regardless of what the public is saying. I'm determined to be who I am, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm be determined. Direct. I think about just being direct. I have to be, when you being direct, man, you just got to be streamline or A and B with your kids, because that's just how they view you, how they understand where you are. So you got to be, you know, direct in your words. You know what I'm saying? Don't necessarily beat around the bush with them. You got to tell them where they are, meet them where they are. Be direct with the discipline and the decisions that you make and everything that you want to teach them. You know what I'm saying? If you got something set, then do it. I always look at, the phrase in the Bible, for me and my house, we praise the Lord. But a lot of, let's cut off praise the Lord part for me and my house.
Yeah.
My house and your house different.
Yeah.
So however you pray is how you pray. However you lead your house is how you lead your house. But at the end of the day, that's your house. So you got to be direct on how you want your house to be ran and what you expect from your kids. So if you ain't got no direction for them, where they gonna go? It's gonna be all over the dang on place.
Believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't come in my house past 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? 11 o'clock, you come in my house past 11 o'clock, guess what? Give me them keys, give me this, give me that. You don't get to do that no more. Yeah. You got to be firm on it.
That's real.
Discipline. I think I talked about discipline, but I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Being disciplined isn't just instilling discipline, right? A lot of people thinking, oh, well, I'm the dad. Let me take off the belt because I'm the dad. Let me woo. Nah, being disciplined is taking care of yourself. Meaning being disciplined enough to go to the doctor and make sure you check your prostate, make sure you check your mental, make sure you get your blood pressure checked, make sure you ain't dumping a bunch of salt on your food, you know what I'm saying? And what you eat, drinking your water, being disciplined enough to focus on your mental, praying or meditating or whatever it is that you're doing, making sure that you're together so that you can instill discipline. When, like I go back to Gandhi, I'm saying, the short story about Gandhi. Mom took son to Gandhi, was like, hey, I want him to stop eating cake. But Gandhi was eating cake. So Gandhi was like, hey man, bring him back in like a month. She brought him back. Gandhi took him out to the beach, talked to him. Kid never ate cake again. Later said, well, hey, how you do that? Well, when you first brought him to me, I was eating cake. How can I tell him not to eat sweets because it's bad for his health if I'm eating a cake in front of him? Let me go ahead and depart from that so that I can instill the discipline and into him. And that's what he did. And so that's the biggest thing for us as dads. I can't tell my kid not to do something. Hey man, don't be drinking. And I got a whole goddamn Henny and Coke in my hand. I can't, come on now.
That's real.
What am I doing here?
That's real.
Being devoted, just being devoted to what you want to do. And being in their lives, man, showing up for them, being driven, driven, man, is just, we understand as dads, man, it's hard. Let's just call it what it is. It's hard, mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying? But do you stop? I mean, do you quit? Do you just give up? I mean, what are you teaching your kids? So you got to take all the rest of that, being dedicated, determined, all that, and you just got to continue to drive on. You got to continue to get through the course. You got to continue to put that pedal to the metal, man, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about how fast you go. As long as you keep on moving, you know what I'm saying, and have the mindset, you're going to get to where you're going. Think about where you started, bro. I guarantee you ain't just start with 1,000 followers. You ain't just start with the 73rd episode. That's what your first episode was like. What your first outline questions was like. It may have been rough. It might have went all over the place, but you was like, you know what? Let me organize this. I know it might have been tough. Let me go ahead and organize. Like you said, you took 3 weeks off? Yeah. You was determined and driven to make sure that from February to April that you was gonna have your joint lined up, everybody. So it might have been crazy, like you said, you said his birthday, a lot of stuff going on, but you were still determined and driven to make sure that your podcast was lined up and the content was there for the next 2 months. I mean, those came to me, man, when I just started thinking about the responsibilities of being a dad. And again, man, we're not perfect. Yeah. But we're great. And we just, progression promotes perfection. So as long as you are progressing, you'll get as close to perfection as you want to. You may not never get it, but you got to progress. You got to keep going.
That's real. That's real. So much truth in all that, man. I got one more question for you, bro.
Yeah, what's up?
Knowing everything you know now at 36 years old, all the experiences that you've been through, everything that you know at this age, man, if you could go back and talk to the 18-year-old version of yourself, and you could get that young man, and you can sit just how me and you talking, and you can sit across the desk from him, and you could get that young man one piece of advice, what would you say to him, man?
honestly, bro, do the work.
Hmm.
Do the work. You know, and I say that because to get where you going, you got to put in work, bro. Ain't nothing out
Mm-hmm.
here gonna be given to you. The progress ain't gonna happen. You gotta do the work. And to elaborate, when I say do the work, if you know you feeling funky, you know your mind ain't right, get some help.
Hmm.
Suicide is real. Mental health is real. So you need to go ahead. If any dad out there right now thinking about
Hmm.
suicide, go get some counseling and
Hmm.
take the progressive steps to get your mind aligned to where you want to be. You gotta do the work. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't nobody gonna
Hmm.
help you get it. You gotta do it yourself, and you can't be afraid of the work. You can't be afraid
Hmm.
of it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your finances, you got to be disciplined. You got to be devoted. You got to have direction with your finances. You just can't go out there spending bread. You got to tell your money where to go. But you
Yeah.
got to do the work, bro. You got to do the work. If I can tell
Real.
myself at 18,
Yeah.
mentally do the work, spiritually do the work. Everything that I touch, bro, it requires work. And does it mean I got to work myself like a slave and work hard? Nah, you can be smart about it, but it still requires work. That's
Straight
all
up.
I got, bro. That's all I got.
Straight up, man. Hey, listen, some of us at 32 and 33 and 40 and 50 can use that advice right now. You hear me? Real talk, man. But
Yeah.
hey, listen, bro. You know, I ain't want to take too much of your time, man. But this was awesome, man. It was definitely good. I missed this. Like I said, I ain't been in action for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the podcast is always therapeutic for me, man. You know, I get some time away from the wife, I get some time away from the kids where I can talk with another brother. And I always say, Dad, can we talk? You know, I created it for everybody else, but it's for me. I
Yeah.
need this right here. I need this type of interaction. You know, I need to hear the stories of other men. I need to hear testimonies from other men, you know, because it helps me and it puts everything back into perspective for me. So when I leave here, all I'm thinking about is, man, I'm finna go home. I'm finna go love on my wife. I'm finna go
Yeah.
love on my babies. And I'm finna try to be a better dad, a better husband, a better man, you
Yeah.
know, because of everything that you just said, you know. And I know there's so many areas in my life that I could be better. And I'm just like, man, hearing all this today, I needed this stuff, bro. So I appreciate you, bro, for doing what you do, for sharing everything that you shared, because you didn't have to, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, I just want to tell you, bro, like I'm proud of you, bro. If nobody else don't tell you, I'm proud that you're doing what you're doing and you standing up, bro. And you being a light in our community, bro.
Hey, man, man, I really appreciate it, bro. It goes back to that words of affirmation, bro. You know what I'm saying? You may not even know it, man, but, I'm definitely struggling now when, because baby mama acting up again. But,
Yeah,
again, this is therapeutic for me and just being able to share my story. And hopefully, man, one day, I'll be able to look back and say, man, I did it. And it's
yeah,
not even for me. I just want to save a dad from suicide. I want to save a dad from financial struggles and stuff like that. So, man, the biggest thing, man, I just want to say thank you for giving me this platform, man, because you didn't have to do it, man. You was like, man, I could slide you in. So when I saw it, man, I made it happen, man. And I really, really just want to say thank you, man. And if you ever in Atlanta, you just want to come to an event, bro,
yeah,
just show up. Don't worry about
yeah,
nothing. Just
yeah.
show up. I
That's
just want
real.
you to show up. You know what I'm saying? Just,
That's
hey, Les,
real.
I'm coming through, say less. You ain't got to worry about nothing, bro. And when this website getting rolling, I definitely gonna add you on there, have you on there. And anytime you want me to come and talk on the podcast with the guys, just hit me, bro. I'm there. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, we gonna set that up. I got some stuff that I'm planning for this year, man. We gonna definitely stay in contact for real, for real.
All right, man, for sure.
All right, man. Hey, y'all listen for all my listeners. Hey, but before you leave, tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Okay, cool, bet, man. All right, so on Instagram, man, you got the Den, so that's THEDEN.LLC. That's on Instagram. You got on the Facebook group. It's not a page, it's a group. Just type in the Dad's Empowerment Network. It'll come right up. You'll see my logo. If you can see my logo on the back of me, that looks just like that, white and black. So look for the Dad's Empowerment Network. We're trying to grow the group. And then also I got the website. That's Dad's, DAZ Empowerment.net. And so what that does is the website's gonna have all the events on there. You can register for any events. You can buy merchandise. You can find a little bit more about me. Eventually, what's going to happen is that the only way to access certain parts of the website is through membership. So that's our directory and all the things that we're doing. That's just pretty much giving you a private access to what we're doing, where we're going to be, and how we're going to continue going, man. So definitely look out for it, man. Look forward to talking to y'all again, man. Again, I thank you for the privilege, man, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Real talk. Real talk, man. Hey, I signed up on the website, I think last night.
Okay,
I signed up on them, man. So yeah, I definitely be following everything you're doing, man, and we'll definitely be in contact on Instagram too.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro. We'll talk.
Oh yeah. So for all my listeners, man, y'all continue to stay posted, man. Like I say, for the next 2 months, man, I got them lined up, man, and I got some dads on here that I've been waiting to get on, man. So shout out to my boy John Bond. Shout out to my boy Obadiah. Shout out to my boy Lawrence, man. Please get with me. Lawrence Middleton, man. I'm trying to get you, my boy. Get back with me if you hear this, man. But yeah, man, y'all continue to stay posted. At the end of this month, we will have the first episode of Men Can We Talk, man. We finna open this thing up to all men, so it's gonna be a separate podcast. So y'all be looking forward to that, man. I'm very excited about that. I got some co-hosts this time with me, and we finna get into some real deal conversation, man. So it's gonna be some controversial stuff, but y'all know how we come with it. But yeah, man, y'all continue to stay tuned, man. Y'all go follow my boy at the den.llc on Instagram, man, and go follow my boy page, and y'all support this brother, man. So yeah, man, Dad Can We Talk? Y'all know where y'all can find us at dadcanwetalk.com. We on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go on Google and type in Dad Can We Talk, man. We all over the place, man. And if y'all can, go subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review. Just help a brother out, man. We trying to keep this thing going, man. And we on Spotify. We everywhere you find podcasts, man. So y'all continue to stay tuned, man. We keeping it pushing, man. Wes, bro, I'll holler at you.
All right, bro. Hold it down, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.